Apparently, that was on Colts owner Jim Irsay's mind yesterday afternoon when he tweeted this. Thank you so much for this gift. For the 23 draft, we have many options. Here they are. With the number 4 pick, we could stay put and take a quarterback, or trade up and take a quarterback, or trade down and maybe take a quarterback, or not. Emoji. All options on the table, but we like our position and are very excited. Fire up. He's not fired up. He says fire up, which means Good Morning Football, fire up. So Jim Irsay, he laid out 4 very different options before stating that they're all on the table at number 4. Let's make the decision for him. Let's play this game.
Great.
Dream option for the Colts with the 4th overall pick in this year's draft. Peter, where do you take us?
The dream option for the Colts is that they had the 1st overall pick, and they didn't have to do with this, and they didn't have to trade up or trade back or go do this and make it. But they have to move up if they want to get C.J. Stroud, I think. I don't think he's sitting there at 4. And I don't think the Carolina Panthers are going to give up the 1 pick. So I'm assuming the Panthers. I'm going with what I'm hearing, but also what it feels like the winds of change are saying, that the Panthers are more young than Stroud. That means you've got Stroud, Richardson, Levis, and then the host of all the different players. And you've got that 4th pick. I don't think Stroud falls after 2 or 3. A team's either going to move up to get him, or the Texans are going to take Stroud at 2.
Okay.
If I'm the Colts, I don't want I shouldn't say it like that. Project is what I would say with Anthony Richardson, but that's maybe not fair to him. I wouldn't want a guy who I can't start right away. How's that? I want a guy that I can plug in right away. And I know that sounds very short-sighted and say, okay, well, Lamar Jackson started in week 8 for the Ravens and the next year was the MVP. It's not the worst thing if the guy just needs a few weeks. But I'm not sure about Richardson if he's going to be able to go week 1 through week 10 here. He only had 13 starts in college football. Now, I look at the other side of it. I look at Stroud, and it's like, all right, you put C.J. Stroud in the center. You put him in the Midwest. You put him on the Indianapolis Colts. You give him that tradition. And they're a team that, although they have the 4th pick overall and had one of the worst records last year, this is one of the teams that's actually built to compete right now. You've got Quentin Nelson. You've got Shaq Leonard. You've got Jonathan Taylor. They're in a far different spot than maybe other teams are, and I think they need a quarterback who can compete right now. Gardner Minshew is who they signed this offseason. I think Minshew can obviously hold his own in a competition in camp and maybe start a couple weeks. But I believe C.J. Stroud would look best with that Colts logo, and I think that's the match that I would make. I just don't know if he's there at 4th overall. You might need to make some trades, and you might need to have to get really creative to move up and get that guy.
Yeah, I'm right with you, Schrags. And we've heard D'Amico Ryans and the Texans come out and say, well, it's not guaranteed that we're going to draft a quarterback at that number 2 spot. And I think a dream situation for the Colts is if the Texans choose not to draft a quarterback at 2 and maybe go with someone like Will Anderson. And now the Colts are sitting there at 4 and possibly make a trade with Arizona to get to 3. And you bring in a guy like Stroud because you think about last year we were going into that season. The Colts brought in Matt Ryan, and a lot of us, me included, was like, all right, I think the Colts maybe can win this division and be in the playoffs. And obviously that was a disaster, never worked out, didn't look good. Matt Ryan just wasn't a fit, or whatever you can say. The offensive line didn't play well. There were many issues. But this Colts team, they signed Stephon Gilmore last year, who's now the Dallas Cowboys. They were making moves in the offseason to compete and be very good last year. So as I look at this roster, you bring in a guy like C.J. Stroud, and hopefully he gets in there right away and he's able to play and he's able to grow under center. And obviously it's not going to be just an easy role where he gets in there and just takes off. He's a rookie. There's going to be kind of that obstacle, those stretches to get over, but I think bringing in Gardner Minshew is a good backup plan. I don't think they brought in Gardner Minshew to be the guy and to lead them for an entire season. So I think when you look at the Will Levises, when you look at the Anthony Richardson, you bring those guys in and you want to maybe sit them for a year and then get them in there. I don't know that the plan was to bring Gardner in there and let him just go for the entire season and have these guys kind of in the wings just waiting. So if you can have a C.J. Stroud fall to you and you can bring him into this organization and allow him to grow with the weapons that they have around him and help a Michael Pittman and Alec Pierce, those guys, Jonathan Martin in the backfield, I think that is the best case scenario for the Indianapolis Colts.
That is a very nice scenario. C.J. Stroud's a very nice player, and it's very practical, and Minshew, and we had an Alec Pierce reference.
You like it?
I do like it. It says dream scenario. So I dare to dream. And my favorite thing in the NFL draft, my favorite nuance, is a logo change. when you're sitting there watching and this team is on the clock and magically that logo changes. If we're talking dream scenario, I'm looking at the Colts logo and there's Rich and everybody else at the desk, and all of a sudden we have a 4-alarm fire and it changes to a Ravens logo and there's been a trade. Can we just talk about the word Lamar? Can we say the L word? Mr. Irsay told us to fire up. He demanded us that we do it. That's my dream scenario, that we have a draft night trade between the Ravens and the Colts, who as you know have a very deep, rich history between each other. And Lamar Jackson becomes an Indianapolis Colt, and the Baltimore Ravens are on the clock. And it's a first-round pick. It's next year's first-round pick. And there's all this talk, and everyone's panicking about money. And Mr. Irsay went and did it. He said, get me Lamar. And then we still have the 35th pick, which are going to take an offensive lineman or a blocking tight end. Then the fun part is, guys, the Ravens are on the clock at 4. The Ravens decide to take Anthony Richardson from Florida, and they put him right into their offense where he can run and he can do some of the similar things that Lamar does, and they're off and running. And, Peter, they don't make him wait. They put him the hell out there behind Ricard and their whole offense, and Richardson is starting for the Ravens, and Lamar Jackson, they have a picture, and they've pre-produced it, and it's Peyton, and it's Andrew Luck, and it's Lamar, and it's all in the Colts uniform. Lamar comes out week 1, he wears the black cleats, and I will have you know I've checked the schedule. The Indianapolis Colts play at the Ravens next year. He will go back into the schedule makers will make it opening night. It will be Colts at Ravens and the black cleats, and that's a dream scenario. Mr. Irsay, fire up!
You win.
It was if the Mayflower trucks weren't enough. Indianapolis steals Lamar from Baltimore also, Kyle.
Peter.
Come on now. Come on now.
Let's go. That's it. But yeah, CJ Stroud, maybe that will work too.
It's a hell of a dream.
You got to dream.
You're
Dream
right.
big.
That's
It's draft season. That's what we do. That's what dreams are made of.
I like it.
Kyle, do you know how to drive a stick shift?
Sure, very well. Do
You
it all
know
the
when
time.
you downshift and the engine revs and you don't pop the clutch fast
You go
enough?
to 4 to
it's
3, you got to hit that gas.
Right.
Get the tack up.
Otherwise, it totally is revving and you have no commitment. That is what I'm about to do to your take. I'm so sorry.
Nah,
Because
do what you gotta do,
You were in
Jamie.
4. You were in high gear.
It's true.
And now I'm
I
telling
never
the
leave
Colts
4.
to trade back.
Okay, sure.
It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not sexy.
I understand.
But because your team is built with talent right now, I actually do think you can get by for at least half the year, maybe the whole with the quarterback room that you do have. So if they drop back and they amass more options to bolster an already talented roster, I continuously read about a great quarterback and a young man named Hendon Hooker that continues to garner a lot of positive attention coming out of Tennessee. Keep in mind, this man tore his ACL in November. He is not your guy week 1. Just know that. But if you have a room that is equipped like the Colts do, then you can go out and get this guy and buy him until the end of this season. Maybe this ain't it this year for the Indianapolis Colts, and that's okay. It hasn't been your year for the last 6. I think you could buy one more. Why are we trying to over-rev this engine with the Colts this season and feel rushed about what you have right now when you could go out and get a guy that could easily be your future? Because right now, you're seeing Hendon Hooker go anywhere between 15 and 25 in the first round. And if you want to drop back and get a team like that who's going to overexert and give up some options just for you to make a stronger case year after year after year, go get some offensive and defensive linemen and get your quarterback that I understand. It's not fun to know he's not going to be your week 1 guy. But if he's your week 1 guy for the next 3 years after that, then I think you did right.
I'm hearing a lot of buzz on Hooker in the last couple of days.
Late riser.
And yeah. And I think it's more the way he's interviewing with teams, but also I feel like Will Levis might not be as hot a name as he was at the Combine as he is now. And now it went from being Levis, Richardson, Stroud, Young to now it's like Hooker or Levis. Who is going to go first between those two? Because if the Colts don't take Will Levis, you look at those teams that are following. I'm not sure I have a team in the top 10 that's like, yeah, Will Levis, like Seattle. I don't know.
Could Hooker jump Richardson?
Potentially.
Yeah, who knows?
Potentially.
Okay. Wow.
I don't know about that. That one's tough because Richardson's like the big swing, and
Yeah.
But if Levis doesn't go to the Colts, try to find a team that makes perfect sense or a fan base that's fired up. Like I don't see it, especially in the top 10. So I'm curious. Will Levis becomes the most interesting name here, and if Hooker goes before Levis, I'm not going to be sitting there all slack-jawed on draft day because at least with Hooker, it's like, all right, you stash him, get him ready. And we know that this guy is going to interview really well and does all the stuff well off the field. So I think Hooker's really interesting.
You truly have two opposite ends of the spectrum in Anthony Richardson and Hendon Hooker with like the youth, because Hendon's 25. His availability is not immediate like Anthony, but also his experience is so much different compared to Richardson. It is it's a theoretical difference in how you might draft and pick.